Forms, that means it's time to begin. All right. While we give a couple of seconds for people to come on into the live, you guys to start shaking out your bodies, get a little bit loose, get a little bit more relaxed, and whew, let's get ready to stretch. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, and hopefully to make the suffering we're about to put ourselves through a little bit more fun, a little bit more entertaining, a little easier to stay consistent with. All right. Side splits, hip mobility, consistency. Those are three things that we focus on every single day. If you want, go ahead and hit follow, hit subscribe right away. But if you want to figure out what the show is about first, feel free to join in right now. We're going to start it. All right. We got a couple seconds on the clock to get people to have a couple opportunities in the form of seconds to join in. This is a weird convoluted sentence. Just ignore all of that. We're going to start with hip cars. All right. We're going to really focus on bring our leg through a lot of range of motion using our own muscle power. And it looks like this. We're going to start by lifting the knee up as high as we can in the front. Then we're going to open up that leg to the side. Try to keep the hips in the same spot when you do this. All right. Try not to go wee and start spinning around in circles. From here, we're going to rotate the leg so that the ankle comes up and the knee comes down just a little bit, more or less staying on the same spot. I want you to try your best to get to horizontal first. And then I want you to keep rotating to the best of your ability. Bring that knee down, lift that ankle up, and woo, that is intense. You should feel it here. We should also feel it in your hamstrings. All right. From here, we're going to bring the leg down and back. We're flexing the hamstrings. We're flexing the glutes. We're feeling the stretch right here in the hip flexor in the front. And that is one rep. We're doing 10 of these on the left side, 10 of these on the right side. Let's get ready to begin. Shake out your legs one last time. Get loose. Let's go. High knee. Open. Ankle up some more. Oof. Down and back. That's one. I think Che came in, said hello. I think Chevelle just said, hey, everyone. Welcome, 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 everybody. Sorry if I didn't see anybody else's comment just now. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. I am a little too far away to be able to read most of the comments in detail. So I'm able to piece things together by the color of the little circle, by the number of symbols, by the name. And, you know, if it's like the word hello, I can guess what it is. But when it's a full sentence, like the one I can see on the screen right now, I got no idea what that says. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. I think that's 5. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. That's 6. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. That's 7. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. That's 8. Ooh, my hamstring is cramping. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. That's 9. Last one. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. That's 10. Ooh. Oh man, those are some hip cars. We've done one side. We're gonna match on the other side. Then we're gonna reverse them. So we got like 3 more rounds to go. All right. Shake out your legs. Take a couple seconds. Catch your breath and let's go. Other side. Spread those toes. Feel nice and strong in that standing leg and let's go. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's 1. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 2. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's 3. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 4. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 5. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 6. Keep going. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. Up. Down and back. I think that's 7. Might have lost count at some point. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 8. Whew. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 9. Last one. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 10. Woo-hoo-hoo. My hamstrings are on fire today. And not in a good way. Whew. All right. Let's get ready to go in reverse. All right. For the reverse hip cars, we start with bringing our legs down and back. We're flexing the hamstrings. We're flexing the glutes. We're feeling the stretch right here in the front. We're going to lift that leg up to the side. We're going to rotate the knee down and an ankle up. then we're going to rotate the knee down and the ankle, or sorry, the knee up and the ankle down. Then we're going to bring the whole thing forward. All right. I'm going to mirror. Sorry, I'm going to face you so it's easier to mirror. It's going to be tiring. You got this. If you need to hold on to something for balance, please do grab something. All right. A wall will be perfect. Let's go. Stand nice and straight. Core tight. Back. Side. Ankle up. Oof. Ankle down. Knee has one. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's two. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's three. Remember, our goal here is to really flex those muscles, bring them into the craziest position, as wide, as deep, as rotated as you can, and keep going. I'm pretty sure my earbud just died. I had it running the whole day. We'll switch it a second. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. I think that's 8. Why do I think that's 8? I don't know. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 9. Let's go. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 10. Woo! That is one more side of our hip cars. We got one more. The final side, right here. Let's get ready to go. Stand up nice and straight. Do a little wiggle, shake out your hips if you need to. Do a little knee bend, ankle floppy. I don't know what this is called. Take a couple of almost pretending like you're taking type steps. And let's get ready to go. All your weight is in one leg, core is nice and tight. And let's begin. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 1. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 2. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 3. Keep going. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 4. Keep going. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 5. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 6. Keep going. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 7. Remember, we're trying to get all that movement to come from the legs where it connects to your hips. All right. We're not trying to send our whole body flying. We're trying to stay relatively stable and get most of the work happening at these muscles in the hips. Oh, I think that's 9. But I kind of lost count because I was talking about stuff. Back, last one. Side, ankle up, oof, ankle down, knee. That's 10. Whew. Take a break, relax, chill, cool down. That was really intense. Those were our hip cars. We did 10 reps going forward on each leg. We did 10 reps going backwards on each leg. And now your legs are probably tired. So let's relax. We're going to move on into warm-up exercise number 2. And it looks like this. We're going to fold at the belly button and go wee. Come on down to the ground. All right? Bring that belly button down. If you're new to the stretch, if you're a little less flexible, and you're a little bit higher up, that's absolutely okay. It's not a problem. Just focus on trying your best to bring your belly button down to the ground. All right? From here, we're going to inhale, exhale, and relax. Oh, if your back rounds a little bit while you're relaxing, that's fine. If your back is rounding because you're trying to smash your face into the ground, you're working real hard, and you're putting a whole lot of pressure into your back, don't do that. That's too much. All right? From here, once you've been here for a little bit, your hamstrings should start tightening up. You should be feeling them. You should be dropping down a little bit lower, a little bit lower, a little bit lower. And if you have a tight low back, it might be relaxing just a little bit. Okay? Next, we're going to add some movement. I'm going to bend one knee and straighten out the other leg. And I'm going to pull the belly button down a little deeper. I want you to do the same, and I want you to switch the knee that is bent. All right, switch. And switch. Experiment with how wide your feet are, because sometimes if your feet are too narrow, it's going to be uncomfortable. If your feet are too wide, it's going to be uncomfortable. So experiment a little bit and find a comfortable spot. Feel those hamstrings working, and we're ready to continue. There's no specific number we're going to aim for. I'm going to tell you about the show because now a whole bunch of people are in on the live, and I want you to know what the rest of the show is about because we're going for like a whole hour. Right? We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility, and I want you to keep on doing this exercise while I talk about it. But keep going. We do this every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern, which means we started probably, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes ago, whatever the hour is. And we do this every day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, to make sure that when we suffer in our stretches, it's a little bit more fun, a little bit more entertaining. All right? If you like side splits, if you like hip mobility, if you need some help with consistency, then make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe, and keep coming back. Because this is what we do every day. Alright? Now that you have heard the ramble, and you have looser hamstrings, we're going to take it up to the next level. Or I guess down to the next level. Focus on that belly button. Bring it down a little deeper. Bring it down a little deeper. Bring it down a little deeper. We're going to do 5 more. We're going to wrap things up. 5, 4, 3, keep folding. 2, 1, 0. That's it. Pop into a squat. Come on up into standing. Give me a second. I'm gonna switch some earbuds so there's a microphone in my face. Whew. Oh, not this one. Oh wait. What am I even wearing? Am I wearing the earpods on both ears? Oh, completely wrong earbuds. Okay. That is hilarious. Hold on. Give me just a second. YouTube, let me know if the audio is better now that I have switched to another set of earbuds that aren't dead. Because I have show earbuds, backup earbuds that I use specifically for YouTube, and I forgot to switch them out because I was using the other earbuds and those died. But while we're waiting for things to come in, ooh, we got a thumbs up. Awesome, amazing. All right, let's continue. What am I trying to say? What did we just do? We did the second warm-up exercise. Let's move on into number 3. We're doing some thoracic rotation. All right, the thoracic spine is basically underneath your neck and about to your belly button ish, and it's designed to move really well. Designed to bend to the left, designed to bend to the right, it's designed to hunch over when you type on your computers, it's designed to let you stick your chest out, and it's designed to rotate. We're going to focus a little bit on that rotation. What I want you to do is get back into the position where you're just in, where one leg is bent, one leg is straight. We're folding down. All right. From here, we're going to take an arm from the bent leg side. We're going to reach across to the straight leg. We're going to push off this shin. We're going to push, 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 and open up our chest and rotate. All right. I want you to stick your other arm straight up into the air, if you can. And then I want you to inhale, exhale, and reach further back. Reach. Whew. That is half a rep. We're going to do the other side. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Fold forward, rotate, stick your arm up, rotate your neck. Inhale, exhale, reach. Reach, 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 reach. That is 1 rep. We're doing 5 of these in total, 4 more. Let's go. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Push and rotate, open it up. Inhale, exhale, reach. That's 2. Other side. That's 2 again. Take your time, breathe, try to relax, try to sink a little bit deeper. When I say inhale, exhale, reach, I really mean take that breath in, really let that air go, all of it out. You don't have to make crazy sounds, but I'm exaggerating for you. And reach, all right? Bent leg, straight leg, bent arm, straight leg. Open it up, inhale, exhale, reach. That's 3. Other side. Reach. That's 3 again. 2 more. 4 and 5. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Open it up. Look at the hand. Inhale. Exhale and reach. 4. Other side. 4. When you exhale, it's like taking all the pressure out of your chest, and it lets you rotate and twist. It's like a can. When you have nothing left in it, you can crush it. When it's sealed, you can't. When you're holding your breath, you're sealing your chest. When you're exhaling, it's crushable. That's what we want. Don't crush your chest, just rotate. Inhale, exhale, reach. This is the last one. Whew. Ah. I held that position for too long. I was tired. Inhale, exhale, reach. Whew. That is 5. Oh, I'm sweating hard today. What is going on? What's the temperature in this room? I got the AC running in the background. I'm still sweating so hard. We just did our 3rd warm-up exercise. some thoracic rotation. Remember, once you've built some mobility, once you've built some strength, you got to put it to work. You got to own it. You got to use it. You got to have fun with it. So if your back is feeling looser, try to do some shakes, try to do some wiggles, try to do some body rolls. Have fun with the mobility that you're building. All right. Next, we're going to move on into some Cossack switches. I'm going to demonstrate real quick. You can keep body rolling or whatever you're doing for funsies while I talk about this next move we're going to jump into. All right. What it's going to look like is this. We're going to drop down into a deep squat on one side. We're going to do a side split basically on the other. If you're new to the show, you can start a little bit higher up. It's not a big deal. All right. But the ultimate goal is to drop lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, and then move your butt that way. Boom. Other side. And then boom. Back to where we started. All right. If you're newer to the show, it might just look like this. Side to side. That's totally fine. All right. For most of us, our knees, our ankles, our hips aren't quite ready to drop very low. So let's warm up for our warm up with a nice deep squat. Just slowly come on down. Relax. For most of us, your heels will be off the ground. That's a-okay. Don't worry about it. You're gonna feel a nice Achilles tendon stretch right down here. You're gonna feel a nice deep calf stretch. That's great. Just chill, relax, hang. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. Now, pretend you're about to do a cannonball. You're about to jump into the pool. Grab your knees, pull your chest down, lean forward, find somewhere comfy and stable, and keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Whew. All right. Now, we're going to add some movement. All right. We're going to take this position that you got a little bit comfortable in, and we're going to make it an even more comfortable, more badass position for yourself. All right. I want you to try to bring one knee down to the ground. Just gently touch that knee down, and then gently bring back up. Boom. Other leg. Gently bring it down, and then gently bring it back up. Maybe do both at the same time. See if you can control that descent. If it's really hard for you to control, go to wherever you can control, and then dial it back. Go back to where we started. You can work on that depth. You can work on the range slowly. It doesn't have to happen all today. All right. If you go a little bit and all of a sudden you go up, and your knees are smashing to the ground, we don't want that. You don't have to go that far. All right. Just a little bit and come on back. A little bit, come on back. Next, we're gonna go out to either side. Knee that way, bring it back. That way, bring it back. Do both at the same time, bring it back. Have a little bit of movement, do a little shimmy, do a little shake. See if you can combine a little bit of both. And let's get ready to move on into our Cossack switches. Now that your calves and your toes are super tired. Come on up into standing, shake out your legs for a quick second because we did a lot there. And let's get ready to drop into our Cossack switches. All right. I want you to come back into your squat position. I want you to drop nice and low. Stick your hands down to either side. Cool. I want you to extend one leg out. Doesn't really matter what this leg is doing. Just extend it out all the way over there. Next, I want you to plant the heel of this leg down on the ground. Wherever you are, wherever you find yourself comfortable is going to be fine. If you're higher up, great. If you're lower, fine. If you're really low, amazing. Cool? All right. From here, we're moving our butts that way. You can put your hands on the ground or on something to give yourself a little bit of support. You can adjust the height as you need to help bring your hips over to the other side. Once you're there, do your best to inhale, exhale, drop a little bit deeper into that stretch, and then come on back. Whee! That is one rep. We're going to do 10 of these, all right? We're not going to count that first one because I was demonstrating, but we got 10 more. Let's go. Hands down. If you can, come on across. That's half a rep. Come on back. That's one. Keep going. If you feel like you don't need your arms anymore, feel free to skip using your arms. That is cool. Keep on going. This is 3. And keep going. This is 4. If you're feeling real strong and you want to make it even more difficult for yourself, try your best to stand up a little bit straighter. All right. Chest up, head into the ceiling, and your low back should be firing. Stick your arms out to help counterbalance and keep going. 5 and 6. Right now, if your knees are getting a little bit achy here on the inside of the knee, we're going to change up the form just a little bit. All right. I want you to come up a little bit, slide your butt over, and then drop down. You can do this at any point, at any level, wherever you're at. All right. If we're really high up already,
and you go up just a little bit more, it's going to still make it a little bit easier for you. All right. I don't know how many of these we've done. This must be 8 and down. We got 2 more. If you want, jump in on these. If you find that these are really, really challenging, stick with whatever version you like best. All right. We're going to do some squats. I want you to power through this leg that's squatting and boom, come up into standing. Drop down on the other side. Come on down nice and low. Oh, boom. Come on into standing. We got one last rep. Slowly come on down. You can use your hands for support, by the way. You don't have to do it however I was just doing them. Push off the ground. Come on up into standing. That's 10. Once we finish the other leg, come on back down. And power through. Boom. That is 10. Again, if you're at a higher position, it's totally fine to do your version of the squat from wherever you're at. All right. Whew. That is our fourth and final warm up exercise. Those are the Cossack switches, Cossack slidey things, Cossack squats. And it's time to move on into the hard stuff. I'm just kidding. This is a side splits and hip mobility show, which means we got a lot of stretching to do after this. All right. What we've done so far is the warm up to make sure our joints, our muscles, our heart has been working nice and hard, warmed up, ready for us to get into a deep stretch. So don't worry that the warm up just finished. The stretching that comes next, your heart rate will drop down soon, I promise. We're going to get into our first stretch. It's called the hamstring stretch. We're going to do it a little bit differently than most people think of hamstring stretches. And I want you to drop onto the ground with one knee down. That means you should go grab some cushioning, right? If you have some foam floor, great. If you have an old stuffed animal that your dog ripped apart, you can stick the stuffing back in, stick it under your knee, and we're ready to continue. If you have flip flops, you got old sneakers you don't think you're going to wear again, stick it under your knee, and we're ready to go. All right. Once you've got your cushioning, once you've got your padding, we're going to get into this position. We're going to try our best to be kneeling straight up so that our knees up to our hips, hips up to our shoulders, shoulders up to our heads are in a nice straight line. All right. Then we're going to extend one leg out in front. This is the hamstring that we're going to stretch in our hamstring stretch. From here, I want you to maintain that straight line up and down while you extend that leg forward. And I want you to fold the belly button down to that thigh. All right. Fold. Ugh. As soon as you get stuck, stop, breathe, and relax. Inhale. Relax. Let your body drape over that leg and chill. One more. Inhale. Relax. Let your body drape over that leg. Now we're going to add a little bit of movement. All right. What I want you to do is bend the knee, bring it up, bring your chest down to that knee. See if you can touch your torso to the whole entire thigh. Work on that to the best of your ability. And then I want you to keep your chest where it's at, but straighten out your leg as best as you can. All right, that's one. We're gonna do this like 5 times. Bend the knee, chest down, straighten it out. Bend the knee, chest down, straighten it out. That's 3. Bend the knee, chest down, straighten it out. Bend the knee, chest down, straighten it out. I think that's 4. Last one. Bend the knee, chest down, straighten it out. Ooh. Hopefully, that stretch is feeling a little bit more comfortable, feeling a little bit easier, and you're ready to go a little bit deeper. Let's go. We're gonna move on to the inhale, exhale, fold. All right. What we're going to do is take a big breath into our lungs. Then we're going to slowly exhale that air out. And while we're exhaling, we're going to focus on bringing the belly button down to the ground or to our thighs. Cool? Let's go. Big inhale. Yeah. Slow exhale and fold. Fold, 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 fold. Exhale, slowly fold. Whew. Once you're a little bit deeper and your hamstrings are saying, no, no, no more, none of this, we're going to inhale, relax. Inhale. Let your body drape over that leg. One more time. Inhale. Relax. All right. Now it's time for some more movement. All right. I want you to put your hands down. I want you to bend the knee. Bring the chest down. Straighten that leg out. Maybe widen your stance a little bit. Find a comfortable position for you to do this with. Because if your legs are too close together, it's going to be a little bit difficult. All right. Knee up. Chest down. Straighten it out. Knee up. Chest down. Straighten it out. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. Once you've done about 5, we're ready to get a little bit deeper. All right. Inhale, exhale, fold. Last time for this leg, I promise. Inhale, exhale, and fold. Exhale and fold. Fold, 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 fold. Oh man. All right. Once you're as deep as you can get for the moment, it's time to inhale, relax. Let's go. Inhale. Relax. Again, inhale. Relax. Oh man. One last round of movement. Bend the knee, chest down, straighten it out. Bend the knee, chest down, straighten it out. Bend the knee, chest down, straighten it out. You do not have to go fast. It does not have to be explosive. You don't even have to do these if you really don't want to. But once you've done your 5, we're holding it for 30 seconds. Ready? Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. I'm cramping so hard. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I must not have had very many electrolytes today. Not enough salt in my food because my muscles are cramping so hard right now. Okay, whew. We're going to switch over to the other side and I'll catch up when I can. We're going to bring our knees down together so that we get right back into this nice and straight position. Your glutes might be a little bit tired from folding forward and getting all stretched out. So I want you to really flex your butt cheeks like you're about to get spanked, clench hard, and that will straighten out your back, all right, or straighten out your hips. From here, I want you to get ready to extend the other leg. Boom. Once your leg is out in front, your upper body and your lower body are in the straight line. We're ready to fold. Let's go. Bring the belly button down to the thigh. Fold, 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 fold. Fold some more. Fold again. Keep folding. As soon as you get stuck, inhale, relax. Let's go. Inhale. Flop over that leg. Feel that stretch building. Relax the upper body and just break there for a second. One more. Inhale. Relax. Oh, man. Woo. We're going deep into that stretch, and it's time for some movement. All right? I want you to bend the knee, bring the chest down, straighten it out. Bend the knee, bring the chest down, straighten it out. Bend the knee, bring the chest down, straighten it out. Bend the knee, bring the chest down, straighten it out. That's 4, I think. Last one. Whew. That is 5. I went through those real fast. You don't have to move that fast. Take your time. All right? It's time to go a little deeper. Y'all ready? Inhale, exhale, fold. Let's do it. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Slowly exhale and fold a little deeper. Fold, 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 fold. As soon as you get stuck, chill, relax. Inhale. Relax. Inhale again. Relax. If I tell you to inhale too fast, too much, too often, you're feeling lightheaded because you're breathing so much air, you can slow down, all right? You don't have to listen to me exactly the way I say it. Just because I do it super fast does not mean you have to do it super fast. Next, we're moving. Bend the knee, chest down, straighten it out. Bend the knee, chest down, straighten it out. Bend the knee, chest down, straighten it out. Keep going, knee up, chest down, straighten it out. Last one, knee up, chest down, straighten it out. Oof, 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 oof. It's time. Let's go deeper. One last round. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Bring that belly button down. Fold, 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 fold. Inhale, relax. One more. Inhale, relax. Bend the knee. Chest down. Straighten it out. 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 I think it's one last one. Chest down. Straighten it out. 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27. This is a good time to remind you that you should be feeling that stretch in your hamstrings. You might even be feeling a little bit in your low back. And the low back is okay. But if you're feeling anything above your low back, you're feeling in your mid back, you're feeling your upper back, your shoulders, your neck. You're working too hard. Relax those muscles. All right. Those are not the muscles that you're using when you're working on this stretch. The hamstring stretch is down here in the leg. The way we focus on it is by bringing the belly button down to that thigh, bringing the belly button down to the ground. Everything above your belly button should be chilling. Okay. I should have started counting and remembered where we got to. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Holding your breath is not going to help you relax. 7, 6, 5. But don't breathe super fast either. That's not going to help you relax either. 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our hamstring stretch on both legs. We have finished the first stretch. We got 5 of these in total. We got 4 left. All right. The second stretch is a little bit more chill. It's not nearly as intense as the hamstring stretch. We're doing the butterfly. All right. Bring your butt up against the wall. Sit there and let's get ready to stretch out our groin muscles. The butterfly looks a little bit like this. I want you to scoot your butt, your low back, your shoulders, your head up against the wall. Grab your feet, bring them together, pull them into your groin so that you're in this starting position. The goal of this stretch is to stretch out your groin muscles, to bring your knees down into the ground. So what I want you to do is use your butt muscles, use your outer thighs to do exactly that. Pull your legs open. Whew. Take a couple seconds, see how wide you can get there with just your muscle power. And if you're new to the show and you have no idea what's going on, just focus on 2 things. All right. You're feeling more of a stretch in your groin, and 2, your knees may or may not have moved slightly down towards the ground. As long as you're making moves in the right direction, that's all that matters. Cool? All right. Next, we're going to take our hands. We're going to place them just inside of the knee a little bit, and we're going to push down. When you push down, you're going to feel pressure in the back of your head and your shoulders from the wall, and that is normal. That is A-OK. We're going to hold this position for about 30 seconds. Every time you exhale, I want you to push your legs down a little bit deeper and see how deep you can go. All right? No pain. You can stop if there's anything that feels crazy. Cool? 30, 29, 28, 27, 26. Remember, on the exhale, we're pushing a little deeper. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Last couple seconds. Flex those glutes. Pull your legs open with your muscle power if you aren't using them already. 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Relax. Come on down. Whew. Chill. If your wrists are super tired from pushing your legs down, you can give them a little shake, give them a little flop. Otherwise, let's start shaking out our legs, flapping the wings of our butterfly. All right. Lift them up, bring them back down, lift them up, bring them back down, lift them up, bring them back down. See if you can pick up the tempo a little bit and relax. Once your legs are moving a bit, moving okay, we're going to move on into our third stretch. It is called the standing pancake. And it will be very obvious why we spend so much time in our hamstring stretch, all right? Partially, at least, partially, it is because the standing pancake is brutal. And we were preparing for this one. Cool? Third stretch, standing pancake. Let's go. Open up your legs decently wide. Doesn't have to be crazy. 60-ish degrees is plenty. Equilateral triangle is good. If your hips do not hurt, do not pinch, you're able to do a little wiggle. You're able to do a little hula hooping. We're ready to fold. All right, belly button down towards the ground. Fold, 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 fold. Some more. Whew. Come on down. Once you are folded forward and you feel like you can't go any further, stop. This is our starting position. All right. From the side, it's going to look a little bit like this. Legs wide, folded forward, boom. It's going to look just like how we started elephant walk. It's going to look just like some other stuff that we do. All right. But the goal of the standing pancake is not to end here. The goal of the standing pancake is to get your upper body as far deep in between your legs as possible. And it's really hard and it puts a lot of strain on your hamstring. What I want you to do is get your whole entire upper body as far forward and as extended this away as possible so gravity can pull you down. All right, so you get as much help from gravity as possible. If you're ready to take it to the next level, extend your arms past your head so that your biceps are by your ears. And if that's not enough for you, hold something in your hands and continue. Ugh. Breathe, exhale, and whew, sink a little bit deeper, let gravity pull you down. Okay? If you're ready to make it a little bit harder, we got some options. You can open up your legs a little bit wider to get a stretch in your inner thigh muscles. And you can also stick your butt back a little bit, and that will increase the hamstring stretch without bringing your face deeper into the ground. Cool? That's it. That's everything. I hope you're ready because we're basically going to start. Bring that belly button down, fold, breathe, belly button down, belly button down, belly button down, belly button down. 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. That's the pancake. Put your hands down. Slowly bring your weight back up. Wiggle your toes into the center of your body. Wiggle your heels into the center of your body. Bring your legs together. Keep wiggling those toes and heels. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Walk your hands up your legs. Slowly come back into standing. That is how we finish our pancake. Whew! If your legs are feeling a little tired right now, that is completely normal. You might have felt in that forward fold the crazy hamstring stretch. You might have also felt crazy stretch and tension in the inner thighs because when you're holding this wide leg position, those muscles are one, getting stressed or stressed. Yeah, stressed, but stretched. But two, your brain is going, no, 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 we don't want you to go any further than that. They're what's stopping you, or your brain is stopping you. It's not a they, I guess. It's stopping you. And unfortunately, it stopped you by contracting your muscles, right? And it's also holding you up with your own muscle tension. So you're just suffering a double whammy when you're stuck here. Cool? That is why your inner thighs are probably going to be really beat up right now. That's okay, because we're not going to use them for much else for the rest of the show. Don't worry. Actually, that's not true at all. We're going to do side splits later, so they're going to definitely get used later. Shake them out, relax, just do a couple of dance moves. We're going to move on into our fourth stretch. We're going to do some pigeon or some figure four. All right, it is optional. You can pick whichever one you prefer if you know what you're doing. If you don't have one that you prefer, we're going to do the figure four because that's what I'm demonstrating right now. Both have the same fundamentals. We're taking one leg, we're crossing it over to the other side. We're grabbing that leg, we're bringing it up to our ankle, we're bringing the belly button down to that ankle, and we're in this position. All right? You're going to feel some tension, some stretching here in the side of your hip. This is a glute muscle. You should feel a little bit in your hamstrings, and you should also maybe feel a little bit of movement here at the hips where you're actually doing the folding. All right? For the figure four, we get to lay down, we get to chill, we get to relax and undo some of the suffering that we just did. Come on down to the ground. Whew. Ah, man, that's nice. Chill, breathe for a second, relax, enjoy, hopefully, the cooler floor, and let's get ready to go. We're taking one leg, we're crossing it over to the other side, we're taking an arm from the side that the leg is crossing from, and we're going to reach it through this triangle we just made. Boom. We're going to take the other arm. We're going to wrap around the outside of the other leg. We're going to bring our hands together and we're going to pull everything together. All right? It looks a little bit like this. I want you to bring this leg in towards your chest, towards your face. All right? And what I want you to do is before we start counting down, already work on bringing your legs to your chest. So inhale, exhale, and pull that leg in. Inhale, exhale, and pull that leg in again. One more inhale. Exhale. Pull that leg in. That is 3 times. We're ready to count. Let's go. 30, 29, 28. Keep pulling on that leg. Don't relax it. Just because you were pulling earlier doesn't mean this is the time to stop. This is just when it gets a little harder, I guess, I suppose. 25, 24, 23, 22. Keep on bringing that leg in. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. If your knees are getting a little bit achy, palm the knee, pull it in directly. That should help take some tension off the knee. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh man, that is our first figure four stretch. We got to do the other side. So I'm gonna swing around. You don't have to change your body position at all. Take your other leg, cross it over. Whew. Stick your hands through the triangle around the other leg, and let's get ready to pull. Inhale, exhale, and pull. Oh, that's one. Inhale, exhale, and pull. Whew. That's two. Keep going. Inhale, exhale, and pull. That's three. Again, if your knee is feeling a little bit of sensitivity here, cup the knee directly, pull it into your chest, and let's begin. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. Oh, that is our fourth stretch. Let your legs come down. Maybe let your knees flop to either side. Let your back rotate a little bit. Relax that low back. Switch, go to the other side. Give the other side some rotation, some extra love. And whew, I think it's time for us to get into our fifth and final stretch, all right? It's time for some side splits. I didn't say this earlier so it's been a while, but we're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, to make the suffering that we're about to do, we're going to continue to do a little bit more fun, a little bit more entertaining, so that it's easier to stay consistent together. So, if you like hip mobility, if you like side splits, you like the show so far, and you need a little bit of help practicing consistency, make sure to hit follow and subscribe. Keep coming back. We're live every day at 9 p.m. That means we started 45 minutes ago. That is our everyday time, Monday through Sunday. Cool? All right. Let's get into our fifth and final stretch. We're doing some side splits. Ugh. Come on up into standing. And before we jump into side splits, I want you to grab a stool. I want you to grab something you can rest your hands on, something that can give you a little bit of support. If you have yoga blocks, feel free to use those. If you have a small stool, feel free to use that. If you only have a coffee table, that will be fine. If you have a full-on chair, you can rest your elbows on it if that's a little bit too high. All right? You don't have to palm the table or palm the stool. You can elbow the chair. Cool? All right. Now, get rid of those props. We don't need them right now. We'll need them in a sec. Make them within arm's reach, just not in your way right now. Next, we're going to scoot our butts up to the wall. We're going to take half a step forward in front of the wall. We're going to open up our legs nice and wide, and we're going to drop our butts down into the ground. All right? What I want you to do is open up your legs, and I want you to make sure there's no pain here in the hips. If you're feeling a pinching sensation, if you're feeling something weird going on, stop, bring your legs together, and then we should be ready to fold. All right? Belly button to the ground. Wee! Ugh. As soon as you get stuck folding forward, you're ready for the stool. Bring that stool in. Bring the coffee table. Bring the yoga blocks. Bring whatever it is you're using for hand support in. Cool? From here, I want you to scoot so that your butt is against the wall, your hands are on your hand support, and your legs are in a nice, comfortable, wider position. All right? From here, We're going to rotate our legs so that our thigh bones don't smash into our hip bones, because that is the reason why you're feeling that pinching pain in the hips. All right. What I want you to do looks like this. I want you to rotate your whole leg backwards 90 degrees. And it looks like boom. Our heels are down, our toes are up, our knees are pointing up. We're going to do the other side. Boom. Heels down, toes up, knees up. Hands down, heels down, butt against the wall. I want you to slowly let your butt scoot down the wall, and I want you to find a relatively comfortable position for you to hang out in. All right. It doesn't have to be comfortable because you're not stretched. It just needs to be comfortable because you feel like you're in control of that position. Like you're not about to slip and lose balance. Like you're in a nice, relaxed enough ish situation. All right. The reason why this is important is because if you feel like you're about to fall the whole entire time, your muscles are going to be tensing really hard to keep you from falling. If they're tensing real hard, you're not going to relax into a stretch. All right. That's what stretching is just relaxing the muscles. Now that hopefully you found a comfortable spot to rest your butt, have your heels down and have your hands on the stool, we're ready to go a little deeper. All right. I want you to relax. I want you to take a big breath in. Inhale. Exhale. Sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Sink a little deeper into the stretch. Now, adjust your legs, adjust your butt, adjust your hands. Get back into a comfortable position you can control. All right. Once you've dropped a little bit deeper, we're going to see if we can add a little bit of movement. All right. I want you to lean a little to the right, a little to the left, a little to the right, a little to the left. Push your legs out just a little bit further. And if you feel like you can't go any further, we're ready to start our side split stretch. All right. You don't have to get rid of the stool. You can keep using yours. I'm just getting rid of mine so you can see what I'm doing. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are up. Head is kind of pointing up. We're going to hang out for 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 16, 15, 14, 13. At this point, if you feel like you can go a little bit deeper, feel free to do a little wiggle to the right, wiggle to the left, get a little deeper. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. That is our stretch. Walk your hands forward. Whew. Bring your legs in underneath you. Grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to. Take it nice and slow and chill. And that is our first side split. We're doing 3 rounds of these. If you didn't know that, my bad. I should have said something earlier. We're going to come up into standing. We're going to shake out the tension in our bodies, and we're going to get down into side split number 2. All right. I want you to try your best to slowly come back up into standing, and I want to shake out some tension. I want you to put all your weight on one leg, and I want you to lift your ankle, and I want you to just give it a nice little gentle flop. All right. Shake it back and forth a little bit. Shake it from side to side a little bit. Let it go wherever it wants. Start just shaking generally a little bit harder and see what happens. Right? As long as it is comfortable, shake a little harder, shake a little faster, 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 and we should be pretty good to stop. Take a couple of steps. Hopefully that leg is feeling a little bit looser, a little bit more chilled than the other one. And I guess that means it's time to match it. Shake out the other leg. Shake, 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 shakety, shake, 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 shake. Pick up the intensity as you go. You don't have to go 0 to 100 right away. You can go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And once you're done shaking out your legs, take a couple of steps. Your muscles should be feeling a little bit better. And that's a good sign. We're ready to move on to our hips. I want you to put all your weight into one leg. Big toe is down on the other leg. And I want you to focus on form first. I want you to point this knee out directly that way. And I want you to rotate that whole leg in as deep as you can so that the knees feel like they're almost about to touch. They're like so close. Whew. And then open it back up. Keep going. We are trying to build some strength, some control with this movement. This is internal and external rotation of the hip. And the only thing that needs to move is this thigh bone where it connects into your hip. All right. I'm moving my hands up and down, but that's completely unnecessary. I can isolate and only move that thigh bone. Cool. Oh, now that you've done a couple of those, let's get ready to switch to the other side. All your weight on one leg, big toe is down, in, out, in, out, in, out. in, out. Take your time, really work on that control, build up that power. And once you got it, you can feel free to speed it up. Get a little bit more loose with it, get a little bit more wiggly, get a little bit more shaky, turn it into a dance move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And check out the legs. Hopefully, your legs are moving a little bit better. And it's time for us to move on into side split number 2. Let's go. Butt against the wall. Take half a step forward. Open up those legs nice and wide. If your hips are not hurting because your thighs are not smashing into your hip bones, we're ready to fold. Fold that belly button down into the ground. If you can palm the ground, you might not need hand support, but for most of us, you're going to enjoy having a little hand support. So rest your hands on the hand support. Rest your butt against the wall. Open up the legs a little bit wider. Let your butt slide down the wall. We are leaning against the wall because it keeps us stable. It keeps us feeling supported. It keeps us feeling safe. And that is the feeling we need in order to get into a more relaxed stretch. All right. Next, we're going to inhale and we're going to relax. Inhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Nope, I forgot. We have to rotate our legs. I did it naturally and I forgot about it. We got to rotate our legs. We're going to bring the knees so that they're pointing up. We're bringing the toes so that they're pointing up. All right. Boom. Heels down, toes up, knees up. Rotating this leg next. Boom. Heels down, toes up, knees up. Now, inhale, relax. Inhale, relax. Sink a little bit deeper into your stretch. Inhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Keep going. Inhale, relax. Oh, sink a little deeper into your stretch. If you have dropped a lot deeper, you've probably shifted your legs, shifted your hips, shifted your hands a bunch. Wiggle, adjust, find another stable, comfortable position where you feel like you're in control. And then we're going to do some wiggling. All right. Wiggle to the right. So you can get a little bit deeper. Wiggle to the left. You can get a little deeper, a little to the right, a little to the left. Maintain a controlled position. And let's get into side split number 2. This time, I want you to walk your hands forward just a little bit so that your hands are underneath your shoulders. So it looks like you're about to do a push up. It's going to make your inner thighs rotate and you're going to feel the stretch a little bit more in your inner thighs. That is what we want. 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. If you're feeling like the stretch isn't as intense, you can bend your elbows. 23, 22, 21, 20. When your elbows are bent, there's going to be more weight in your legs, less weight in your arms. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. Walk your hands forward. Oh man, that is our stretch. Whew. Grunt, groan. Bring your knees in towards your legs, towards your arms. I don't know. Just bring them in. And catch your breath. Breathe. That was intense. Let's go. We got one more round, third round of side splits. But before we do that, we gotta shake it out. All right, come on back into standing. Shake out some tension. Shake, 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 shakety, shake, 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 shake some more. Shake, 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 shake. Drop that leg. Other side. Shake, 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 shake some more. Shake, 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 and drop the leg. Moving on to the hips. All your weight at one leg. Big toe is down in the other. Really focus on that rotation. Open up as wide as you can. Bring that knee in as far as you can. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Once you got strength, you got that precision, really working on that range of motion, you can pick up the speed, you can have fun with it, you can turn it into a dance move. All right. Other side, all your weight on one leg, big toe is down, in, out, 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 and whew. Check out your legs. One more time. Let's get ready to do side split number 3. Hopefully, the legs are feeling a little bit looser, and it's going to help us with the side splits. But up against the wall, take half a step forward, open up those legs nice and wide. Make sure you can do a little bit of hip shaking, a little bit of hula hooping, and we're ready to fold. Belly button down to the ground. Hands, if they can palm the floor, you might not need hand support. but most of us would benefit from hand support because it's going to make everything a little bit easier. Hands on your hand support, legs a little bit wider, butt against the wall, slowly slide down, open up, and let's rotate the legs. We're rotating the legs backwards 90 degrees so that the boom, heels are down, toes are up, knees are up, and we gotta do both sides. Boom, heels are down, toes are up, knees are up. Once you're here, you're already in a side split, and we're just getting deeper. All right. Inhale, exhale, and sink a little deeper. Whew. Inhale, exhale, and sink a little deeper. Inhale, exhale, and sink a little bit deeper. Whew. Adjust, find a comfortable position that you can feel like you're in control of. Make sure your butt is resting against the wall. My hands are basically right up against my hips, and the stool that I'm holding is basically also touching my hips. Is touching my hips. It's not basically, it is. And my feet are feeling like all of my weight is directly above it. I don't feel like I'm slipping backwards. I don't feel like I'm leaning too far forward. I'm nicely balanced on the heels. All right. Adjust as you need to. And let's wrap this up. Do a little wiggle to the right, little wiggle to the left so you can get just a tiny bit deeper. And let's go. We got options. You can do the first version of the stretch, which is what we've been set up for right now. You can do the second version of the stretch, which is walking your hands forward a little bit, doing that push up position version. You can pick whichever one you like. Let's go. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. Walk your hands forward. Pull your legs in slowly underneath you. Grunt, groan. Make as many sound effects as you need to. And that is our third and final side split. Congratulations. We've done all the hard stuff. All we got left is a couple of shaky shakies to get your muscles loosened up. Then we're going to do some joint checks, make sure everything is okay, and we'll wrap up with some Q&A. I'm going to solve a quick puzzle over on TikTok real quick so it doesn't think I'm a bot and just end the live. And I failed the puzzle just now. I'm gonna try again, and I succeeded on the second try. All right, let's continue with some shaky shake. Once you're up into standing, let's shake out your ankles. Shake, 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 shake. Again, it's all about relaxation. All right. So how you shake is not that important to me as long as it's not causing pain, it's not causing discomfort. If your muscles are going flopping and going all over the place, that means they're relaxed enough to let you go to all those places, and that is all we care about, relaxation. All right. So if you want to combine the ankle shake with the leg shake, the in, out that we've been doing, and just make it all into one super crazy move. If you got the power and the control to do that, feel free to do it. All right. Shake, 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 shake. Next, what are we doing? Other leg. Shake, 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 shake. Ankle flopping, flopping wildly, going everywhere. Just even it out. You don't have to go crazy. If you only did 3 seconds on one leg, you can just do 3 seconds on the other. As you spend more time shaking out your legs, your brain will come to realize what you want it to do, and it'll start relaxing faster and faster and faster, just like any other skill that you practice. All right. Now that we've shaken out our legs, let's move on into our hips. All your weight on one leg, big toe is down. We'll bring the in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. I'm a big believer of using what you're working on. All right. If you have really opened up and built some strength in your hips, you got to find cool ways to own it, to make it useful in your regular life. All right. Sometimes that might mean turning into dance moves. For example, when we work on bring that leg in like this, bring that leg out like this. If you want to turn a dance move like a stanky leg, it could look like this. Boom! Pull that leg in to the side. Rotate it back out. Push that leg back out. Out, in, out, in, out. Have some fun with it. All right? We're just making that same move that we've been practicing in and out and in and out, dragging our leg a little bit more cool, a little bit more jazzy. All right? Let's do the other side. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. If you don't want to do that, you can stick with in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And whew, once your legs are feeling a little bit looser, a little bit more relaxed, we're ready to move on into the joint checks. All right. We're going to start with some hula hooping. I want you to slowly work through some deep, 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 and slow hip circles. Really feel that stretch in the hips. We just did a whole bunch of work using a whole bunch of different hip muscles. And it is very normal for them to be very unhappy with you right now. So take your time, slowly work your way through that range of motion. Make sure to go in both directions. And oh, come on through. Once you've done a couple of loops, you're feeling all right. We're going to move on into some quick high knees. Pop the knees up on both sides. We're ready to continue. We're going to wrap up with some calf raises in a squatting position. What I want you to do is keep your feet about hips width apart. All right, not super wide, not super narrow, just about hips width apart. From here, I want you to try your best to squat on down, and from the side, it should look a little bit like this. I want you to bring your chest down, and I want you to point your knees forward as far that way as possible. This is going to put you in a situation where you really are quite leaned over and you might want to fall forward on your face. This situation makes it so that our toes kick in and they grip the floor real hard to keep us from falling forward. And that is what we want. We want our toes to be working real hard. All right. From here, stick your hands down if you need to, and let's work on some calf raises. Focus all of your weight in between your big toe and your index toe, maybe your big toe and your middle toe, and bring those heels up, up. Oof, lost balance. Up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. Feel that stretch in your Achilles tendon in your calves when you're down because your knees are still pointed forward. And do a couple more. When you're ready to call it, we're all good. We're all done. If you're able to pull off most of that movement, 75, 80% of the way, chances are your ankles, your feet, your toes, what else? Ankles, your feet, your toes, your calves, your Achilles tendon, your knees, your quads, which are complaining, I'm sure, your low back, and your hips were able to work pretty well together. And chances are that's a good sign that you're ready to go back to doing whatever else you have to do for the rest of the day. All right? That is our live. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in, practicing a little bit of hip mobility, side splits, and building some consistency. We do this live every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern, which means we started about an hour and 4 minutes ago. And we do this every day because consistency is super important. And the backstory, if you care, is I wanted to do the side splits for forever, and clearly I still can't do them. But I can never stay consistent. I do like 3 days, maybe 2 weeks of working out, starting like January 1st to whatever day, January, whatever. Then I'd stop for 6 months. I'd start back up in June because I was like, oh man, half the year has passed. I should really, work on these. And then I'd start for 3 more days and within 2 weeks. And I would make no progress. That continued for like 15 years until I said, finally, this is ridiculous. I can't just find the best workout, the most quickest workout. I can't just find the most effective, whatever shenanigans over on YouTube. I need to design a workout that I can actually follow, that I can actually stay consistent with. And that has turned into this life. We practice consistency every day, not just because it helps you get a little bit of exercise and that's good for you, but because consistency is a superpower, right? When you are consistent at pretty much anything else that you want to be consistent at, you can grow, change, become better, learn things, get certificates, finish school, whatever it is that you want to do. All right. So don't sleep on consistency and enjoy some practice. Cool. All right. That is not the normal spiel. I kind of started making up stuff because I've never said some of that stuff before, but hope you enjoyed it. All right. I have some other content that I make. Most of the other content I make is not side splits related at all, actually, and it's mostly about getting a little bit of fitness in your regular life. If you got 2 minutes waiting for the microwave to finish, you're waiting for your pasta to boil, those are tiny little pockets of time that you can get a lot of exercise in. If you do any of the things that we do during our live, for the warm up especially, you do some Cossack switches for 2 minutes while you're waiting for your microwave to heat up your lunch, that would be an insane amount of Cossack switches, and you would be in crazy, crazy, awesome hip health if you did that every single time you were at the microwave. So don't sleep on those minutes. You want to move well, and those are perfect little tiny opportunities that you were otherwise going to doom scroll with anyway, right? So make sure to hit follow, make sure to hit subscribe, doom scroll yourself into my content, and hopefully it will remind you to do a little tiny bit of exercise and to see the world for all of its exercise potential, right? Your stairs are awesome things to jump off of, platforms to elevate your legs. Your door frames are perfect things to give yourself a little bit of hand support while you do some squats to keep yourself balanced. I can't think of anything else. I hope that was enough examples. Chevelle says, thanks, Ken. Good night. All right. I'm going to check out the chat. There's not that many people left online, so it should be pretty fast to get through the most recent stuff, and we'll call it there. Cool. All right, what we got? What we got? What we got? What we got? YouTube. We got a hi Ken, hello, hello from ABCDFG, and thank you by the way for sending the thumbs up when I asked about the sound check on YouTube. Crabshez says fire, 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 and Queen R says hello. Angia MR3 says heart eyes, cool, and ABCDFG HOJK. I'm gonna just call you ABC because that's a lot of letters. It says thanks, Ken. Have a good night. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for practicing consistency. All right, I'm gonna take a quick look over at TikTok. Chevelle says thank you and good night. Uh, Pat G here. I don't like you. LOL. Oh no. What did I do? What did I do? Bryce says the best teacher out there. Che Che, sending awesome emojis. Angelo says, I just finished my Tai Chi workout. Amazing. Thank you for coming over after you finished Tai Chi. I appreciate you. Um, Angelo says, it was an awesome workout. I'm sweaty. Amazing. All right. What else we got? McKay says, men's bodies are different from women's. So, yeah. Leah says, oh, God, I'm suffering at this point, and it's my first day. Don't worry. It is completely normal to be suffering. Somebody later on in the chat said men's bodies are going to be different from women's bodies. Sure, that's true. But I've also been doing this live for hundreds of days, over a year, basically daily. So I have a lot of resilience built up to this workout. And because I've been practicing these movements, I'm really comfortable getting into them. I'm very much in control when I get into them. And that is not something you should be expecting from yourself if it is your first time getting into some of these movements. Right? In the first couple of weeks, you'll be learning how to balance. You'll be learning how to find stability. You'll be learning how to relax to begin with, right? Because you're in crazy positions you never felt before. You'll be doing things you've never experienced before. You'll be learning how to use muscles you might not have ever used before, like in the hip cars. In our first warm up exercise, if you were here for that, we do something that looks like this. We lift our knee as high as possible. And we keep on working those muscles, trying to lift that knee higher and higher and higher. Then we open up that leg to the side and we try to lift the knee a little bit higher there as well. And we rotate the legs so that the heel and the knee are about horizontal. They're hiding each other from the front, but from the side it looks like this. And then we keep rotating. Oh man, I lost balance. I'm cramping real bad right now. My knees are gonna keep going. They're gonna go down, 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 down. We're gonna rotate the ankles up. Then we're gonna bring the leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, feel the stretch in the hip flexor. That's movement. For most people, you're never gonna have moved 75% of the muscles that you need for those movements in your normal regular life because you just don't usually need to. But that is the same reason why most people's hips kind of start suffering because all we do is sit in a chair and the only thing we get really good at is bring our knees up to hip level, right? Um, when we start training them for the first time, your legs are going to be so confused. They're going to be so crazy, and that's just how it goes, right? Whenever you're learning a new workout, whether it's Taibo, whether it's Tai Chi, whether it's Zumba, when you first get in there, all the movements are going to feel a little bit weird, feel a little bit different. And when you're first getting started, you're going to be mentally exhausted from trying to learn what's happening. And you're also going to be physically exhausted because your muscles will just never have been used in that way. And that's normal. Don't worry about it. Cool. All right. What else we got? Let's scroll up a little bit more and then we'll call it. Shareth says, made it. Welcome back, Shareth. I do a Q&A at the end of the show. Please ask again. Eva says, can you please guide or make a video for osteoarthritis knee-friendly exercises? I can look into it. It is not my area of expertise. In fact, I don't know anything about that topic. But maybe I should because my dad has osteoarthritis in his knee. So it will be mutually useful for more than just one person. Cool. All right. I will keep that in mind. It's on the to-do list. Francisco says, "Love your work." Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Tara Quinn says, "Oh my God, I want to do this. I feel too lazy." That's okay. Just remember that we're here every single day at 9 p.m. Monday through Sunday, every single day of the week. We're here. And if you're not in a time zone where 9 p.m. makes any sense, we started an hour and 12 minutes ago. I can't imagine you're still on. But if you are, we started an hour and 12 minutes ago. We're here every single day at 9 p.m. And when you're feeling a little less lazy, feel free to join in. Cool. All right. What else we got? I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. That's so funny. Taro Queen is really excited. And I think we are to the top. We are to the top. There we go. Boom. All right. That's all the older comments. I'm going to scroll back down to the very bottom, see if there's anything else we need to cover, and then we'll be ready to wrap. Giselle says, thank you and good night. Or, sorry, Jazzle. Cat G here. I don't like you. LOL. Wait, I'm confused. So, why'd you go off Cat G and then join in as Jazzle? What does that mean? Bryce says, thank you, Ken. And I think that's everything. Ooh, Suri has sent a whole bunch of gifts. Thank you so much, Suri. I appreciate it. All right, that's it. We're done. Time to get out of here. Ooh, it's a fast one. We are done. It's about 72, 73 minutes into the live. Hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys had a couple minutes to cool off. There wasn't that much in the chat, so we get to keep it nice and fast. I'll see you guys tomorrow because we're live every single day at 9 p.m., which means we started an hour and 13 minutes ago. Again, if you are not in a time zone where 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. makes any sense, or if you're rewatching this, it is 9 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Sunday. Cool? I'll see you guys soon. And I hope we get some